Hey guys, it's Katrina. Today we're going to be going over some stuff that you should always have in your kitchen to make sure you're prepared to eat, make food, make a cup of tea, something like that. So I wanted to make this video because my older brother, who is now a sophomore in college, is moving into an apartment with a couple of his friends. So I thought, why not make a list of things that you should have in your apartment for cooking and stuff. So let's get started. First thing you're going to have, obviously, knives and forks. I always recommend having at least one knife for butter and then one knife for cutting things. And then, again, you're going to want to have plates and bowls because what are you going to eat off of? Next, I recommend having salt and pepper for seasoning things. Cups, as usual. Next, I recommend having a dish rag for either, laying out to put your wet stuff on to dry, or maybe hand drying them if you don't have somewhere to put them. So that's always good to have. And then an oven mitt to get things out of the oven. You don't want to burn your hands. Next, we have glass containers such as this. So glass containers or plastic containers are really good for holding things that can spoil easily, like flour, rice, sugar, something like that. So either glass or plastic that can be easily opened and resealed. This. Next, I recommend having a kettle in your house. So basically just fill it with water and then you put it on that little black circular thing over there to boil. And it's good to have for tea, for making oatmeal, or if you just want to have boiled water real quick to put with your soup or your ramen noodles, something like that. So a kettle is always good to have for making meals. Next, we're going to go to some things behind me. So we have a larger bowl for helping you mix things like cake mix, brownie mix, salads, stuff like that. We have clips. These are good for preserving your chips. Just clip over the top, or maybe add rice, something like that. Next, we have measuring cups, where we have both teaspoons, tablespoons, and then cups. So obviously, again, this is good for baking and stuff like that. Okay, next we have a spatula and a wooden spoon. So a wooden spoon is good to use when you have boiling water and you're trying to stir your pasta every once in a while. And then a spatula is good to use with your frying pan when you're making eggs, quesadillas, or stir fries, something like that. So spatula and the pan are good to have. It's also good to have a top for your pan, which I don't have here with this one specifically. But it's good to have when you're cooking chicken, you want to leave it to simmer or stir fry, stuff like that. So pan with the top. Next we have big old pot. So pots are good to have for your boiling water, or maybe you want to make a big bowl of soup or something like that for everyone in your apartment. But big bowl, good for boiling water and stuff like that. Next we have your pan cooking spray. Now, this depends on whether you like to make things where you spray your pan with pan, or you put a tablespoon of butter, vegetable oil, stuff like that. So that's really optional depending on what you want to do. But pan, I always recommend. It's easy, you can access it easily, and it doesn't take very long to make sure nothing sticks to your pan. Finally, we're going to go to cleaning supplies for your kitchen. Just take a couple of these. So 409 is good to have for your countertops. A sponge and a scrubber are good to both have, either to use for the pans, or maybe your scrubber could be used for your oven or your stovetop, stuff like that, to make sure you don't want to leave any messes behind. Oven cleaner, because you don't want to have nasty smell in your oven. Try to bake a cake and the cake smells like fish that you cooked last night, something like that. So oven cleaner is always good to have. Finally, we have dish soap to help you wash your dishes, especially if they're really messy, like you made a bunch of eggs and all the egg whites are stuck on the sides or something like that. And finally, we have Comet, which is good to be used in your sinks, on your stove tops, and maybe even if your oven, if you don't have a specific oven cleaner. Okay, so we basically got over a bunch of different things that you should have in your house. And I mean, even if you don't have all of them, if you have at least half of them, that's a good start, you know? You want to make sure that you have some things in your home so it makes you feel safe and you're prepared and you're clean. So I hope you guys have a lot of good information from this video, and I would really love it if you could take the survey below to help me out so much with all of my projects and this video and how everything's been going. So thank you so much for watching this video with me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye!